Yo, what is shaking, homies? So today I'm really excited because I got a freaking sick 3D printer from GearBest. So this is by far the most advanced 3D printer I have ever checked out. It's 2019 now and the technology is just like mind-boggling. It's getting better and better. This is the MOIRA DF3 intelligent 3D printer. So you can print Wi-Fi on this. It's all enclosed. It has like all these crazy features like the power resume after power outage. Here, let me just go through some of these features for you guys. It's got auto bed leveling, which is sick. It's got automatic feeding and unloading. It's got simple disassemble to the extruder if you ever have to take the extruder apart. One button printing. It's LCD screen. You just hit print and it will start printing. A standalone app. So they have their own app. So you can send prints to this wirelessly, and they also have a library with a bunch of prints you can just pick. You can pick right off their website. Okay, I want to print that. Boom! It'll start sending it to the printer. It's also got it's a closed print space, meaning that it's all like compact and it's all enclosed. You'll see that when I get into it. It can print ABS and any other high temp material. It's got an acrylic door. The rest of the parts are basically all metal and injection molded. The platform material is a rubber soft magnetic, so it seems like the type that's on like the Prusa's where you can just pull it up and it comes off. I don't know, it can take STL, OBJs, or G-code. It can work on any type of printer, any type of computer, Mac, PC, your phone even, so really cool. The build volume is 150 by 150 by 175, so not huge, but definitely not small. This is on sale. It retails for $455, but it's actually on sale right now on GearBest, 27% off at only $329. They might even give me a coupon code on top of that, but that's very cheap for this printer, so I don't know if they'll knock it down any more than that. But yeah, for $330, you're paying the price of basically most entry-level printers, but you're getting something a lot more elaborate here. Granted, this doesn't have the giant build volume, but because it's a Delta printer, you can still print very tall. 150 by 150, that's still pretty decent, but it's not like small. And honestly, most things you print are not huge anyway. I'm not printing like cosplay helmets every day. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so it looks like in the box, then we have another box. Whoa. So I believe this is mostly assembled. Like it's going to take a very, very small amount of assembly. But yeah, let's rip all this stuff off. Really cool. They show how there's the door on the front right there. And yeah, okay. First thing we are greeted with are just some GearBest order forms. You don't need to see those. Yeah, once again, I got this courtesy of GearBest for the review. I wasn't paid to do this video or anything. I do get the printer for free. And it comes with a sample print right off the bat. It's a little like bear ornament, and it actually looks amazing. So, they're telling. Usually when they do those, they were printed with this machine, this exact machine. They also have a warranty card right here, and a nice instruction manual with pictures. Very good. Most 3D printers, usually their only like instructions are on the SD card. So this comes not with an SD card, but a USB thumb drive, which is even cooler. I always like having that. We got our regular 3D printer power cord, our USB cord, printer cord, and we got our regular standard US power cord. If you live in European area, you can also get that European. Here's the rest of our power brick. We got a roll of red PLA, so a half a roll. So pretty nice. And then here we got a little print removal tool, like a mini spatula. Spatula City, Spatula City, Spatula City. We got some Allen wrenches. If you know what movie that's from, let me know in the comments. Spatula City. Nothing says I love you like a new spatula. Okay, I'm getting off topic here. Okay, so check that out. I just pulled it out of the box, and it's pretty much, I think it's pretty much put together. Now, okay, first things first. Damn, this thing looks sick. Like, it just looks freaking nice. Right here, whoops. Right here's where the filament goes. So, you don't have to worry about your filament drying out or anything. It's actually enclosed right in here. But not only that, you don't have to worry about it taking up any more room, like on your table or whatever. And there's even directions right here how to how to load it in and everything. It looks really easy. But yeah, okay, let's see. How do we open this? Is it the door? Okay, so on the door, we just got some padding here. Okay, now, oh, look at, check it out. That's what they were talking about. So I guess it sticks to there or something. I don't know. I don't know what they mean by mag. But does this come up? Yeah, I don't know. And then masking tape on it. Oops. Hot end looks nice. Everything is enclosed in there. Nothing. Feels a little rough when it's not on, but everything feels good. The belts are nice and tight. This belt needs to be tightened a little bit. So, and the belts actually have tensioners on them. So here, let me grab the camera. Let me show you some closer shots here. Okay, so in here, first off, here's the extruder. We've got some close-ups of that. Looks very nice. They said they got automatic thing here. We got a certification of qualification. Here's a little, there's like a little checklist or something here. Let me pull this off. Watch, it's like, do not take off. Okay, this one, let's zoom out a little bit. It says, attention, please remove fixing band before use. Please clean the residue on the gear regularly. Please put filament in the top of the tube. Oh, they just give you just a little diagram there. No, this one's exactly the same. So two of the same. And then here, certification of qualification. So that was just like where it was inspected. So very cool. But yeah, let's check out this. Here's the extruder motor. So we got, here's the auto levels right there. Looks like it's a E3D style hot end. Yeah, I can kind of see through this vent. It looks like an E3D style hot end, but it's anodized red, and that actually looks sick. Yeah. Well, yeah. So the build volume is not crazy huge. It's just not huge at all, but it's not small. I mean, most things I'm going to be printing, you know, are going to be roughly there. Here's a Samsung S9 Plus, so you can print bigger than a Samsung S9 Plus. Obviously, the plate, like you're going to want to print a lot. Well, actually, I could even fit this here. Barely. Could barely fit my S9 there. So that's a good, you know, get an idea of how big it is. But like something, you know, really big, you're going to just print it more vertically than anything. But yeah, really, really impressed with how that turned out. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, look, here's all the, how you turn it on, just play. So this might be like, I have another printer that's like this where you just put one file on the card at a time. And this might be like the same type of thing. I might have to go through, I'm going to read this manual really good. We're going to plug it in and I'll be right back with you guys. But I want to do a little research. We'll get it all set up and we'll start printing. But before we start printing, I just want to get it all set up properly and show you guys where we're at. And yeah, just how it works, how it, you know, and we'll go from there. So, very excited. Really, really impressed. Here is the top where the filament goes. Oh, shoot, sorry. Here's the top where the filament, I keep dropping the thing, where the filament goes. There's also directions on how to do that. But this honestly looks like the nicest, as far as just like build quality and stuff, the nicest 3D printer I've ever seen. I like the texture. Oh, it's like fade. It's like kind of like a fade there. Yeah, I'm really impressed. On the back here is where you put the card, and everything is right there on the back. So far, very, very, very impressed. Okay, guys. So according to the directions, they say they already level it and everything at the factory before they send it to you. But if you want to go ahead and do it, you just go to machine control, and they got their leveling right here, and you can actually set how high you want it and everything. So say you print and it's too close, like either auto level, it was all the same everywhere on the bed, but it was too close or too far away, you can just change that value and re-level it. So I'm actually going to re-level it just because, why not? So I click that button, and as you can see now, it's going to go through their little leveling process we got here. And very cool. But it looks like we are basically ready to print. There is I was actually wrong. That was not an a USB thumb drive. It was a card reader, and the card was already in the printer. So I'm gonna check out what's already on the card, if there's anything different than the sample print that it came with, and then we will go from there. But once again, yeah, you can print using this program, or you can print with Cura, and it does come with a copy of Cura, but you can always just download that from their website and everything. Here is to get the mobile apps. You just do that. So I will print with everything. I'll check everything out. First, I'm just going to try just some basic stuff. I want to do the prints on the SD card, slice a couple of my own files with Cura, then we'll try out the app. But so far, very user-friendly, very easy, no assembly required. I really like the auto feed system too. It surprisingly worked really well too. So far, really liking this printer, but haven't really got to doing anything too fun with it yet. So let's do a couple test prints, and we'll see what we got. Hey guys, so the print that comes on the card, it was not this sample print here. It was just like some big giant cylinder, and there's no like screen on here that tells you how much percentage it has done. If you connect it to your phone or to, if you connect it to the computer, it'll tell you, but I don't have it hooked up right now, so I have no idea. But this has been wasting a lot of filament, and it's been going on for like 5 hours. So I'm gonna kill this and just start my own print. But I must say, it does actually look really nice. And I flipped this bed over. The magnetic side was the other side. I've ripped off all this masking tape, and I'm actually printing on the other side had like a build tack on it. So I'm printing directly on that. I really like it. But I'm gonna kill this print. This is kind of just seems like a waste of filament to me and waste of time. So I'm gonna print something cool that I want to print. But the printer itself is working fabulous. I'm actually really impressed with it. So yeah, I'm gonna kill this print, and we'll start something a little more fun. Okay guys, so here is the app you're gonna need to download. They have it both for iOS and Android. I'm running it on Android, and it seems to work great. Okay, so all you gotta do is there's like this printer comes with a little like pin like you have for your cell phone to get your SD card out. So you gotta hold it down for 3 seconds, and then this will actually start flashing, and then you put in your Wi-Fi password. You go to configure here at the top, you put in your Wi-Fi password and everything, and then you'll be hooked up. So now I can actually like level the printer or print a file. If I go here down to models, they actually have tons, and you can actually search them too. Like I can search for something, but I'm just going to show you guys. Like I can scroll for like days, and my phone doesn't want to refresh, but there's literally like thousands and thousands of things on here. Unfortunately, I don't know how to switch the language because I can't read any of this or how to translate it. Because then I'd be able to tell you, more about it. But like some of this stuff is cool. Like check that out. That's cool. No, but there's all sorts of random stuff on here. But let's just go back up to the top, and I'll print this goofy guy because it's real little, and that's something I can print really quick. So all I gotta do is hit this, and then it tells me how big it's going to be right there and everything, so and you could probably change it. I don't know, I'm not quite sure, still getting used to this. Okay, then when you get here, you can just print it like standard draft quality, or you could do really high quality where it'll probably slow it down a little bit, make the layer height smaller, but you'll get better quality. We're just going to do the standard, keep it easy. So all I'm going to do is right here at the bottom I hit print, and it just takes not very long, like about 30 seconds or so. It already downloaded the file. Depending on what you're doing, it'll do it different amounts of time. So it says 100% here. Okay, so then on the printer auto homes, it goes down. Let me get this old filament off here. Oh, whatever. It'll fix itself. Okay, so you can see right here, that is flashing, meaning that it's heating. It's got a good Wi-Fi connection, and when this is flashing, it means there's a print started. So I'll set up the camera for time lapse, and I'll see you when it's done. Okay guys, so our little guy here was a success. There's a little stand for him to click into, and but hey, let's take a closer look at him. And the quality is actually really good. Once again, this was just in the normal draft quality. It was printed on the raft. It came right off the raft real easy. And then it's got like a little stick thing here that I guess clicks into his hand. Yeah, look at that. I don't know what that is even. I don't even know what this guy is supposed to be, but
not bad for our first print off the app. So let's do another one here. Okay, and let's go to just our. Oh, oops! What did I do? Go back. Okay. Okay, so here we got models here. Should we do that? Should we do? Oh, a camel. That'd be kind of cool, right? Oh, let's do this lizard. It's like the lizard from. What are these things called? From Jurassic Park. Okay, so it's not showing me a preview of it right now. Wait, connect to the printer. I am connected to the printer. Okay, apparently I disconnected to the printer, so I'm gonna have to go here. And it should pop up. There we go. Okay. Okay, now we're printed. We're connected. Okay, so let's go back in there. And okay, this will be our second print. Okay, so we're gonna print this Jurassic Park thing. Should we do high quality with this one? Yeah, why not? Let's do high quality. Okay, so same thing, is gonna download the file, and it'll get going. So I'm gonna set the camera up to time lapse, and well, we'll see how this one goes, and then we'll get to checking out. Maybe I'll try some ABS in here. Unfortunately, I'll probably have to have the door closed for that. But yeah, so far the app's working good. It works good off the app, works good off Cura, works good everything so far. So really cool. Let's do the time lapse. Alright guys, so here's our dinosaur thing here. So let me just, it's got a bunch of these supports on here, so we're gonna have to take these off. One in the mouth right there. Come on. There we go. Okay, let's try to remove him from the raft here. Okay, so he's got this raft. Let's zoom out a bit. Okay. Pulls off of that, and then we can, these come off real easy here. Okay, and there's a couple more here. So the supports come off real easy too, from the models that are just pre-sliced on the app. Okay. And actually, this turned out really good for just being the cheap PLA and preloaded STL. You know, like all the parameters and everything were just preloaded. I didn't, do anything. I was expecting it to be bigger, but it looks really good. There's actually some pretty good detail in it. Okay, so yeah, the app is cool and everything. You can control it with your phone, but just like all 3D printers, most of the time you're gonna want to print, things you slice yourself on Cura or Simplified 3D, or things you design yourself. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on Cura and I'm gonna print just some stuff using the old-fashioned way, using just Cura settings. Just also a quick update. This is magnetic. The other side wasn't, that it came on, but this side is default magnetic. It's like hard to lift up. So I would recommend using the magnetic side and taking the masking tape off. This is a build tack material on here, and it seems to hold good. I haven't done any ABS. ABS I'll have to do with the door closed, so we'll do that in a bit. I'm gonna do one more PLA test print. Let's try to do something a little bigger, and that I slice myself in Cura. So let's get to it.
Alright guys, so this turned out awesome. This I sliced on Cura, just with just some standard, Delta printer settings. I used 0.1618 for my layer height. Yeah, and I just got off the bed here. And I do really like this build tack service. And this magnet is so freaking strong. Like, look at this. It's like so hard to pull this up, but it is flexible and everything. So if you can't get it off with your tool, you can just take it off and bend it, but then it's kind of a pain because you got to fit it back in here perfectly, and sometimes you'll have to re-level the bed and everything. But other than that, it worked great. So far with the PLA, I have printed this, the test print that came on there, this little guy that I printed off of the app, and this guy that I also printed off of the app. So there's many ways you can print with this printer. It works great with PLA, but let's go grab some ABS and let's try to print some ABS and see how that goes. I will have to have the door closed for the ABS. There is no heated bed, so I was kind of skeptical, but apparently as long as you keep this door closed, it prints ABS great. So I guess we'll find out. So I'm going to load it up with some high temp ABS, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we'll be loading it up with the Zyro green ABS. So this spool's a little big for the top here, so it's probably going to have to leave the top off and have it kind of just like hover over it, but we'll see. But anyways, yeah, let's load it up, and I think I'm going to print this dragon that my good buddy Mark designed. They also have a very easy way to change materials right here on the program that it comes with. You just go to change materials, you click rejected materials. It's a little bit of broken English, but it was easy enough to figure out. And it's heating up. It's just going to spin it out backwards here, and I'm just going to put my new one in here, and should be good to go. There's also directions how to do it right there.
Okay guys, so I've had this printer for about 3 days now, and I am absolutely in love with it. This is, without a doubt, probably the best entry-level or beginner 3D printer I have ever seen. Just taking it out of the box, plug it in, you hit the one-touch button, it'll start printing. It might be something goofy that they put on the SD card like this, but either way, the fact that you can have a printer up and running in seconds of opening it is awesome. There's literally like zero assembly required other than putting the filament in the thing. That's it, and plugging it in. That's the only assembly. Really, really awesome. It was able to print PLA models that I printed off their app, the ones I sliced on their slicer, ones that I sliced on my own slicer using Cura. And no matter which way I did it, it printed great. It even printed the ABS without warping. It did not stick, or it did not lift from the bed. I thought for sure it would, because this is actually not a heated bed, but just because it's enclosed, it keeps the ambient temperature enough where it's actually able to print the higher temp materials. I put a little glue stick down when I did the ABS, but I don't even know if I would have had to. Super, super impressed. With this 3D printer, I do a lot of these 3D printer reviews, and when I do them, it takes me a lot to film them, because when I'm first using them, I usually get a bunch of failed prints and stuff. With this printer, I think I had one failed print the whole time, and it was just because I didn't have the auto leveling set up properly. You have to adjust the sensitivity. Every machine will be slightly different. I found the best results when I used a piece of paper towel, and I had the setting at 1mm on the leveling tool in the built-in app. Or you can do it on your computer. Either way, works really nice. I love how the bed is this like really strong magnetic, flexible magnetic, and then it's got a build tab there. When I got this, it had masking tape over it, so I made sure to pull that up. But it works great. The part cooling fan actually does a great job with overhangs. You can see that on this octopus with all these middle fingers. I mean, I don't know how well you can see this. I did not clean this up either, so it still has a little bit of stringing, but for just being stock settings, I'm actually really, really impressed with that. But yeah, this is a great printer, especially if you're kind of tech savvy or you want something like the newest and cutting edge. I've never seen a printer that's like this high tech. Out of all the printers I've reviewed, this is definitely, without a doubt, the most high tech and the most user friendly out of all of them. stupid easy to use. Some people might not like how there's not a display there. I actually kind of like it because you can't really mess it up. You just load it up to the SD card and you hit there, or it'll actually just print the last thing you sent to it. So if you send a file over the app and you print it, you want to print another one, you just hit it again and it'll print the same thing again. So it's whatever the last thing was sent to the printer. Yeah, it's really cool, and I love being able to send a print from my phone. I've reviewed a lot of printers that all claim they can do that. I have yet to have a successful one. Usually it's the app doesn't work, or they only have an iOS version, they don't have an Android version, or they claimed it was on the box and they never made an app at all or anything. So really, really cool that I can just send prints from my phone. I honestly think for the price range, this is the best beginner printer, the best entry-level printer. And the link will be down below for GearBest, so I just want to say thank you, GearBest, for sending me this. And also thank you to MOIRA for making such a good product. I've never heard of this company, and I was actually blown away by this. So if you guys come out with anything else down the road and you see this video, feel free to shoot me a message. I would be more than happy to check out anything else you make. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, GearBest, for sending it. I guess I'll see you later, and peace out.